buenas colegas, espero estén de lo mejor. Como ven en el título del video, les traigo la traducción de las cinemáticas de Def Jam Takeover. Debido a que la App Studio no me deja poner subtítulos, los pondré encima del video. Te invito a que te suscribas, le des me gusta al video y compartas con tus colegas para apoyarme y traer más contenido. Sin más, empecemos.
When you come from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, survival ain't a choice, it's a way of life. Lots of folks can only make it by hustling, dealing dope, or claiming a crew. But you wanted to be better than that. You wanted to stay legit. But check it, sometimes the street makes the choice for you, and hard work ain't enough to keep your hands clean. On the way home after another long day at your uncle's car repair shop, your life came face to face with the Stuy's seedy underbelly. That pig, Jervis, was putting the press on my routine and getting all up in my business. Hiding behind the badge, he thought he could lay down the law like he owned these streets. You didn't know me then, but when you saw me getting the wrong side of a wall, you still stepped in and saved my hide. Something I'll never forget, on the real. And after seeing you throwing blows like that, I offered to introduce you to my main man, OG, and a life where your fists could earn you the loot. You didn't want to hear it though. You still wanted to make that honest dollar. But soon, Jervis's shield posse began to make your life miserable. The heat left your uncle no choice but to drop walking papers on you and made you unemployable. Winning respect with OG and letting your fists do the talking was your only choice left to provide for your family. Making a living with your knuckles was starting to bring in the paper. You were ready to upgrade to first class on the rail. That meant taking your fists to the main stage, where you could get paid to the fullest. Even though OG was against the idea, you knew there was only one place to take your cuffs: the Dragon House. Victory at the Dragon House put your life on fast forward, and no one noticed your new status more than the club's owner, the powerful D-Mob. OG warned you about him, and the older bosses weren't down with his tactics. But he gave you respect and opportunity, two things you had little of when you were growing up. Before long, your rep was as large as your list of knockouts, and no one noticed more than OG. But you know how haters treat a homeboy with success in the hood? With mad greed, know what I mean? Like most things in the hood, there was tragedy lurking right around the corner. One night, after you were done laying in on some poor fool's dome at the Babylon Club, your street teacher, OG, was getting laid out on the rail. One fatal blast, and your life was turned upside down. After you let your sorrow out for your fallen homeboy, your mind turned to payback. D-Mob put you onto the man behind OG's murder, a deadly gangster boss named Crow. But he warned you it wasn't the time to exact your revenge. And this time, you followed your mentor's advice. Fueled by your anger, you straight up rose to the challenge and battled to become the next OG, with some help from D-Mob. You even had a crew now to do your street bidding. Yeah, you and D-Mob were now partners with the same goal: to rule the NYC. You thought you had your game figured out, yo. But then came Angel. She flipped your script, and you couldn't resist her temptation. For once, it was you who was down for the count. With Angel in your corner, you were inspired like never before. But it was D-Mob who profited from all your hard work. The streets began to put you on shout. It was your trusted Angel who was playing the game, and you who was getting played. Your life may have been changing, but you still had anger over OG's death. Now the time was at hand. D-Mob gave you the green light to get your revenge, and you didn't hesitate to look for payback. But Crow was no easy mark, and you would have to find that fact out the hard way. Crow came correct, But ultimately, you took him down for your fallen homeboy, OG. But your victory celebration ended like most hood gatherings, with a flood of badges led by Starks and Jervis. Your crew left you out to dry, and you thought it was all over. Lucky for you, I had an inside tip on what was going down. With D-Mob finished and humiliated, New York City was at your fingertips. But the betrayal by your so-called friends and lovers showed you all you needed to know about this life. Before, the street made the choice for you. Now, the choice was yours, and you decided to walk away.
Espero te haya gustado el video, una disculpa por las traducciones erróneas, trate de que fuera lo más entendible posible. Si quieren aclarar o sugerir algo te invito a comentarlo, cuídense mucho y éxito.
Wow.